Well, that's strange. All right. Got this lump in. So now we could start putting an axle together. And yes, you could laugh at my lavender speaker. Okay. Shush it. Pull these cap bolts off. We got our little... We got our alignment pucks. Fill it in there. Make sure it's seated square against their adjuster. I'll snug them down. I'll put the other one in. And then we're able to set something up. New day, new design. Got another sheet here. Live and learn, right? Got some more flapper discs. Got some more cut-off wheels. Got some electrodes for the pig. I might be able to save this material though. This section here, I might be able to incorporate it into top mounts. So, but anyway, should be what should be. I want to carry on, proceed. I want to make things happen here. I'm confident I'll be able to save the material. If not, I will put it on the wall of shame. We got our center section, so we can now align our stuff. Just an iron chunk, but good enough. We'll grab an aluminum one for race car activities. That'll be kind of a street dealio. I would have different gear sets for the car anyway. And we remade the brackets. I put the pickup points on the center line of the axle. Well, the center line is right down here. So, there's our new setup. I moved the support pipe back. I'll mock it up and we'll go from there. So, sort of like that idea. Obviously, that has to come back a bit. This guy will come back. We'll have our support there. That brings our geometry right where we need it. I added more adjusting holes also. Like neighbor's dog's going to town, eh? I dropped the holes down quite a bit farther. If I need to, I could just cut the bottom section off if it gets too close to the ground. Which it might. But we will see. Now I want to make a support coming off of here to the housing. I think I'll put one about here and here. I'll turn this around, build my pieces, my supports. I'll tack it together with a MIG. I don't want to do a TIG to tack it together. MIG, you could set it to have a weld kind of sitting on top, so you could easily cut it off. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like that better. Yeah, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Back to my templates. Back to my pad, my paper aided drafting. That was this bracket here, that guy. I was this guy here. Yeah, back to my pad, paper aided drafting. That was my redesign of that fella. And then this is the lower support for this guy. For this guy, I got to gusset it over to here. One here, then a plate underneath here. If I measure this out, because that's the axle center line, I went down, because 3 inches of the center, right there is the axle. about 3-inch mark. And then I went down what I figured the distance I wanted from the axle down to here, which is about 2 inches. And then I figured it's a 3-inch wide axle dealio. Well, it's a little bit wider than 3 inches, about 3 inches is good enough. And then I found my center line of that, center line of the hole here off of this template here. I just put my center line there, drew up a thing, and I'll turn that into steel. I'll turn that into brackets and see what it looks like. Still working on fabricating stuff and going to the anti-roll bar. This is that Rose race car kit I got. These are really cheesy and chintzy. I don't know if I want to use these. But I have a couple of these left. I got just the right amount of these guys left over. So I think I might go overkill on the heim joints. Because I have them. This is way overkill, but better than these little guys. Jesus. I don't know, guys. It just seems chintzy to me. The chromoly tube and stuff like that. And I don't know. I'm sure Rhodes Race Cars knows exactly what they're doing. But I'm going to do what I want to do. And I think that's kind of a chintzy little rod end. So I'm going to overkill. I want to make some doublers on here because that's for this little guy here. It did have a good solid tube. Like it did have a good, hold on. This is a beefy piece. All right, so that's, I'm listening to some Jelly Roll and Tech 9. So that's a decent piece. That's really, really nice. I'm not sending the kit back. I might make brass bushings or bronze bushings for those guys. I'm not worried about it. I put everything in a bag. The little brackets are, yeah, it's all nice stuff. But I think I'm going to, I just don't like this rod end. And this just seems so, I don't know. But I have, this is overkill. I know it is. I know it's a little bit heavier. Well, a lot heavier than that. But I have it. I think I am going to bush it down from the 5/8 size to a 3/8 bolt, which that hole is. And then I want to make some doublers and build these arms. They had, he sent some little sleeves, a couple little round sleeves to build your arm out of, but my project, I want to do it the way I want to do it with what I have. So yeah, I'm gonna give her. Not to disparage, you know, the vendor. I'm sure it's fine for. I ordered it for, it's for up to 1,500 horsepower, 4,000 pound car, which is within the range of what we're doing. I'm sure it's fine for that. I'm sure it's designed for it and it's okay, but I'm here building stuff and I just, me personally, I don't know, me personally, that just seems a little on the chintzy side. I have a lot of these 3/4. That's way overkill. I know it is, but I have them. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Nope, I know that's what I'm going to do. Hell with it. It's my car, my build. Comment all you want that these are what you should have. I'm not going to use them. I'm kind of let down. I feel I'm let down a little bit. Like I said, it could be completely wrong. These probably are what you need. But I don't know. Got our axle tubes cleaned up. I'll clean this one up a little bit. And then we're going to put it together. Give it a whirl. So yeah. That's been sticking in market with a the Sharpie there and buffing it to that mark, and then we can put this thing together. Fucking sweet. All right, we got her buffed down. Ready to throw the center section in it, the alignment bar, the end pucks, and then tack it. It's just going to be tacked for now until it's all completely fabbed up, and then we'll be able to. All right, got our bar in. Our end's kind of sort of sitting there. Now they're off, but if I give her some beats, I should be able to massage it in place. Hold on. It is one-handed here. Oh, give me some time here. All right, so we got her tacked up on this end. Just toss the ground right here because I'm not going to put power through any of these things. You know what I mean? It's got her tacked down. These are not going to be permanent, obviously. They're going to be wherever it winds up to be. The puck spins nice in this end. Have a problem over here, though. When I slide the tube in, it's hanging up just inside here. Oh, I can see kind of a weld on the inside, causing issues. So we slide this guy in. Goes in fine, and it kicks to the side, and then we're off. We're off too far the one way. And then we're off too far the one way, so I'll take this all, I'll slide the bar in, clean up that area where we're rubbing against, put the tube back on, and we're doing something. Sweet. Had to pop the one end apart again. Right in there. There's a little step, I don't know if you can see that. Right where it's been ground on before. It's just kicking the tube out just enough that we can't get a good line on it. So I'll get in there, clean up some more, and then yeah, and then do some more tacking. Well, looking good so far. Turns pretty easy. This guy here turns pretty easy too. Bars in there. Bars in there. Yes, it's upside down, but I'll put I want to get this top piece on. Made these little brackets. You'll see. I'll show you. And that'll line up these guys. How do I plan on doing that? Well, I got these brackets together and I got the rod ends in there. Got those bolts. They're the tool. They're now a tool. I'm going to use them to tell me when that's perfectly lined up. When it's straight, it's coming straight off the axle. So what do I have here is, hold on. How I'm going to do that is I have a smart level. So I'll be able to, I can actually zero it. Alternate zero, if you see that there, if you press it, wherever it's at is your zero. Then using those bolts there, that'll be my 90. So once this is on, position to 90 from the axle, I'll tack it in. This can be randomly put anywhere, just like these ends. They're on there just for fabbing. Once it's in the car, then I'll be able to determine where these sit. Those ends are coming back off. Obviously I have to put it to where it needs to be. But I want to get that tube in. Once I get that tube in, and I figure out where everything's going to sit, that'll tell me, that'll give me a matrix. That'll give me something to, I could slide this across the axle housing and that tube And I can double check and make sure it's square with the axle before I finally weld them in. It'll help once I go set it in the car. It'll help me to make sure things are square and true. Right now it's upside down. It's cooled off. These pucks spin free. You bastard. Yeah, these pucks spin free. The shaft is a little stiff. A little stiff, but it does move. So I'll get set up and I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. I moved to the floor. That bench was too springy. I got this set up. I got it shimmed over there with a washer to I got my 0 here. Focus. So we got 0 degrees here. Put her on here. 0 on there. Put her on here. 0 on there. Okay. So I know this axle is level. And we're 90 degrees on there. Hold on. We're 90 degrees on there. Well, hold on, it was 90. Okay. And there. 89 degrees. So I'm a degree out from my 90. So I'll mess around with that a little bit. I want to get her bang on. I'll get that guy 90. This is all true. I'm gonna put this guy on here. I could go off those bolts, make sure it's 90. Remember, this doesn't matter where it goes because we don't know where it's going to be in the car yet. Oh, got my finger in the way. I just want to get that pipe, that back piece on. And then, that'll assist me later on lining things up. Let me get this on here. It'll make sense. Okay, I'll get that to 90, and then we'll carry on. Right there, 90. Depends how you hold it, 90. So I'm going off the bolts. Put on focus. Come on. So I went off the bolts here and there. So it's 90 there, 90 there, 90 there. So I know that they are where they need to be. Now they're not staying there because I don't know exactly where they're going to be. Just like these ends, I don't know where they're going to be yet. We don't care. I just want to get this chromoly piece in and get these supports in so I could have, once I start putting this thing in the car, I'll start fabbing and mocking things up. Hold on, I'll turn that welder off. Alright. I'll kind of show you here. So I slide that fella through there. That'll help me make sure things are square and true. The more I make things true now, well, 90. Let's double check it. Come on, where? Focus. All right, I'll put these little guys in. Tack them in. So there's the idea. I have these guys. They're on there. They're at 90. Everything's not welded up yet. It's just tacked. That's tacked in fairly okay. These can break off anytime I want. This one's actually pretty loose, which is good. I don't want them on there because I don't know where they're going to go. But I wanted to get these guys. I might actually weld these on. That's going to be TIG though. It's not going to be MIG'd. But there we go. It's upside down. I still have to chop the chromoly tube, obviously. Yeah, so there we go. I'm just gonna let it sit and chill. I got other stuff to do tonight. We're getting somewhere though. Things are happening. Oh yeah, that's just a ground for tacking. Don't pass electricity, don't pass welding currents or anything that you want to keep. All right. This is always a good sign too. On both sides. So it's pretty straight. Granted, it's only tacked. And this thing's going to get a lot more heat activity, but we know that right now it's actually pretty decent. Once it's fully welded, I do suspect I'll have to maybe manipulate the axe a little bit, the housing a little bit, to line it up true and perfect. So yeah, it's actually pretty stoked right now. Goes on like butter. Hold on, focus. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked right now. It's pretty decent. This isn't the final rendition. Back here there's probably going to be a plate. I'll probably tie the bar into there as well. Maybe put a logo on it or a name or something. There's also going to be a plate for the back here, like a backer piece. Topside stuff next.